So today, nothing much actually happened. I only have 4 things I want to cover today, but this is still going to be an insane day for the community just because of how crazy those 4 things were. So I'm gonna be going over each one, and of course we're gonna start with the reason you probably clicked the video, Silent Acropolis 99%. This was done by pro player Hover, who recently got a cool new profile picture, and he's been going at this level, Silent Acropolis, for months now. He's been really consistent as of recent. You can see that 2 weeks ago he got 24 to 100, then 2 days ago he got 85%, and then just a day and a bit later he's gotten a 99% run. And this is genuinely one of, if not the worst fails we've seen of the year. The reason I'm a bit hesitant on that is because Hover is really consistent with the level, so I'm sure he's gonna beat it in like less than a week, honestly. But 99% is so bad. Usually you see 98s at the most. 99 is usually unheard of, and considering this level is harder than Tidal Wave at the minimum, some people even go to say it's around Amethyst and Thinking Space 2 difficulty, but we don't actually completely know yet. The timings on this level are absolutely insane. So yes, while people like Popoff and Zoink have failed on levels like Society, which are pretty much objectively harder from what I've heard, it is still probably a worse death here just because of how far it was into the level. After this bridge part, Hover has went on to state that the wave isn't too much of an issue for him, it's more just nerves, but then yeah, sadly he did die to 85%, which is in the wave, and then he's died to 99%. You're about to see it here. It's a really sad death because it's literally just this ending consistency wave bit, and then he died to that. There was like a click or 2 at most to do there, and he would have just beaten the level. But overall, I don't think we should wait too much longer. Obviously, maybe he won't do it, the next day, but I definitely think in maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks or something, he can pull through and beat this. He does say it's Tidal Wave difficulty, but as stated before, most people do not think that. Most people, including pro players, have said that this is a decent bit harder than levels like Tidal Wave and Green Bullet. It's probably more closer to the Flame Wall, Amethyst, and Thinking Space 2 difficulty. Whether it's harder than any of them, though, we don't know yet. But I've been in this guy's streams for a decent bit now, and yeah, I hugely hope you can pull through with this. Actually, I have a lot of comments in the past couple hours on my channel saying I'm late to covering this, but I'm posting these daily news videos at like a specific time each day now, so I'm not exactly late. I was just waiting to see if more stuff would happen. And the second news I have for you today is another progression video. Everything I'm covering is completions/progress videos, and Zoink recently got 61% again on Artemis 13. I don't need to go over what Artemis 13 is, you already know. It is the new potential top 1 that Zoink keeps saying is top 1 to 3. But top players have taken a look at it, and from Zoink's past experience, we can probably estimate that this is going to be harder than Society. Especially with his progress, I feel like it leans more to this being harder than Society, just looking at it. But yeah, he did get 61 just a few days ago. Or maybe it was just yesterday even, it was not too long ago, I remember making a video on it recently, but this is a new decimal best, so he barely passed his best from before, so this is technically a new best on the upcoming top 1, so it is very crazy news. I think he mistyped 13% there because he says no, this isn't from 13%, I accidentally put the percentage sign. Oh, I'm dumb, I'm reading it now, Artemis 13, but he's put Artemis 13%, okay. A lot of people don't actually like Artemis 13, recently Mr. Happy Jr. of all people made an actually serious video talking about how he doesn't like Artemis 13. Personally, I went on to state that I think the level itself is good. I see nothing wrong with it. I just think it being top 1 is a bit weird considering it has like pretty much no history at all. It looks very similar to top 1s we've already had. It doesn't really build on stuff. So while the level itself is, a good level, if we just look at the base level and don't care about the difficulty or where it will place elsewhere, then yeah, it's a good level. But when we look at the list standards and the fact that it's going to be top 1, I just don't know. Even levels like Society, which only took a month or 2 to be verified, was still way cooler of an achievement, just due to the fact that it used to be an impossible level, so it has history, and then Popoff had it at top 10, then he buffed it to top 1, and we were able to see it come out, and the level itself having a really deep meaning and just overall being one of the best looking top 1s we've seen, debatably. Artemis 13 just kind of falls a bit flat, but, you know, that is subjective. We also saw W pop off roll Flame Wall as the next level he will beat, because recently he beat Quantius Processing, which we'll talk about in a second, but yeah, he is going to be going for Flame Wall, and he's probably going to beat this pretty quickly. He said in the stream that he would have rathered roll Green Bullet because he would have been first victor, and I feel like he just seems to like the level a lot. But yeah, he's going to be doing Flame Wall. This is a really long level, so maybe this is not in his comfort zone, so it might take a bit longer than we would think. But then again, if people like Z Levi can absolutely blitz the level when they're taking the level seriously, I feel like Popov will not struggle at this at all. Speaking about the completion here, we can look at this comment. I just want to point this out. He had 72% before this stream, and then in just one stream he got 77, then 78, and then he beat the level. His consistency was crazy. And he barely streamed this level. He started streaming it 10 days ago as a recording, and then he made another stream 7 days ago, then 5, then 2, and then he beat the level. It took 5 streams. 5 streams to beat Quantius Processing. That is absolutely nothing. I know he has a better monitor now, so maybe that had a role in it. But yeah, this guy is obviously in contention for the best player in the game, so we kind of expect it. If he can keep up beating these top 10s, then maybe he can contest Zoink. The only issue with that is that Zoink is actually locking in as well. He's gonna probably verify the next top 1 soon. So, yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen, but honestly, you can still debate if he's better than Zoink currently. But personally, I would still say Zoink is in the lead. And finally, I forgot to mention this in my last video, so I'll put it here. Just under a day ago, Thunder was able to beat Every End as a new hardest. This used to be a top 10, but after Green Bullet and the Bloop, it is no longer, which is a crazy statement to say. But yeah, Thunder is a pro player that you probably already know, considering he was actually going to be the verifier of Heliopolis, a very hard version of Heliopolis at that. However, due to finger pains, I believe he had a really bad hand problem. I don't know if that was why he stopped, but I think that was the reason. But he says here that his hand's starting to improve, so maybe this won't be an issue anymore, and we can see him get back to that top level of play. This completion video is crazy, because if you look here, this was the attempt before the completion. He dies to 92% before beating the level. He dies there, and then he starts up the next attempt, and then he beats the level. That is consistency that is unseen by so many people. But honestly, it makes sense for this level because it's Every End, it's really long, the difficulty isn't as much to compensate with that, it's just cube timings. So it makes sense that you can get really consistent on this level because its difficulty comes more with the facts of having the patience for it and, you know, having the nerve control for it rather than the raw difficulty of the level itself. But that is everything for today. I looked at my recommended last minute and I think Cursed may have beat Ordinary, which is a cool achievement, but I don't know if that is true. I just kind of glimpsed at it. But overall, this was an insane day for the community, and I think that I've been saying that a lot recently, but genuinely it seems like every third day feels like something that we would usually see once every like month or so. People are absolutely popping off with this game, and I think the skill ceiling is going to shoot up in like a year from now. At this rate at least. But yeah, don't have much more to say. Thanks for watching all the way through. Hope you learned something that you didn't already know about the game, and peace.